Okay, चलिए, so let's start. और today we are going to close this pivot table, right? Pivot table में last हमारा जो हुआ था that was up to this data consolidation. चलिए, so today we are going to see how to create dynamic dashboards. Dashboards कैसे create करते हैं using pivot table. But before moving to dashboard, we wanted to just cover one small topic. उससे पहले एक small topic पे हम जाएंगे. I'm just now. This is the data. We have ID, name, gender, department, and now I wanted to create a pivot table. Let us say एक pivot table create करते हैं and let us see क्या दिक्कत आती है. Pivot table. Now this is showing sheet 1 and let us go with this designation wise or department wise count. Right, this is the first one. Now how to create another pivot table using the same data? बताइए इसी sheet पे I just wanted to create another pivot table into the same sheet. So how to do this? करेंगे कि I wanted to create a pivot table using the same data but into the same sheet, not in a new sheet. What I'll do, the best method is to copy this pivot table और paste कर लीजिएगा. This is the method. How we can copy this. Now, let us see. I'm going to change the data. Let us say zone wise. This one. Now, in both the pivot table, let us suppose मुझे देखना है gender specific, female या male का, male specific और female specific. Then gender को हम लोग रखते हैं filter में. In this one also gender को रख दिया हमने filter में. Now I wanted to get the data for female. So यहाँ पर तो आ जाएगा, but it's not showing into this data. I have to do it manually for each and every pivot table into this sheet. अगर इस sheet में 10 pivot table है, so we have to do it manually for each and everything. Now how to automatically update into each of this pivot table? अगर किसी भी एक pivot table में मैंने कोई filter को check किया है, so all the pivot table would be automatically filtered with using the same condition. Now, if I am using 2010 version or later, 2010 or later, there is an option which is known as slicer. This slicer. So slicer is a new concept in pivot table from 2010. So I'll go with this. Let's say कर देता हूँ gender. और slicer है क्या? Slicer are basically the visual filters. Use the slicers to filter data visually. Slicers make it faster and easier to filter tables, pivot chart and queue functions. तो मैं क्या करूँगा? Insert slicer. Let's go with this gender. Now this is showing female and male. अभी भी ये काम नहीं कर रहा because I have created the slicer using this pivot table. It's already going to filter into this one. Now we can connect multiple pivot tables using slicer. ध्यान से सुनिएगा. We can connect multiple pivot tables using one slicer. Right click, report connection. Now this is showing pivot table 1, pivot table 2. If we have list of multiple pivot tables, तो यहाँ पर काफी difficult होगा कि किसको check कराना है, किसको नहीं कराना है. So for that, what we can do, we can name each and every pivot table. So I'll go with this one in this pivot table 1. So I'm going to use department. Zone. Now, whenever I'm going to do this report connection, it will show department and zone. So easily we can identify कि कौन कौन से किसको करना है. Click OK. Now let us see. If I'm going to filter on female, so both the filters are done. Male, female. देख रहे हो, automatically it's coming. Even if I'm going to manually do it from here, female. So ये क्या होगा? यहाँ पर भी female automatically filter हो जाएगा. Now it's not required to keep this one into the filter. अगर filter में अगर मैं gender को नहीं भी रखता हूँ तो कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता है, because this slicer will take care for everything. Female, male, female, male. Clear this slicer? The purpose of slicer is clear, everybody. ये filter तो करेगा ही करेगा, Apart from this filter, it's going to connect multiple pivot tables. This is clear? Now, जब हम स्लाइसर को क्रिएट करते हैं तो वी आर गेटिंग दिस स्लाइसर टैब, अलग से स्लाइसर टैब दिखता है, एंड दिस इज यूज्ड टू कस्टमाइज दोस स्लाइसर्स. नाउ हाउ कैन वी कस्टमाइज? स्लाइसर में जाएंगे, 2 कॉलम में कर सकते हैं. वी कैन इंक्रीज द हाइट आल्सो लाइक दिस, like this. We can even change the colors. Like this. Even designation, let us go with this 2 column 3 column like this. 2 column कर लेते हैं, height थोड़ा सा छोटा कर देंगे like this. We can go with this. We can go with this. Multiple. Now if I'm using 2013 version, now there is a new option that is there from 2013, which is timeline, and timeline will only work for the date column. सिर्फ date columns में काम करेगा. Date columns. Insert timeline. Now this is showing date of joining, right? अब date of joining क्यों? Because the data में जो आपके dates का column है, this is only one column which is date of joining. So I can go with this timeline, date of joining. Now it will show this interactive way. मुझे चाहिए yearly, so I can go with this yearly. Let us right click, report connections कर लेता हूँ. 2011, 2012, 2013, 2014, even from 2012 to 2014, I can view the data like this. उसमें भी अगर मेल का चाहिए तो I can see like this. मेल में भी अगर चाहिए एग्जीक्यूटिव, I can go with this. Means this is from 2012 to 14 for executive and mail. 2013 देखना है, 2014 देखना है, 2015 देखना है, 11 देखना है. This is for years. I can go for quarter. 2011 के quarter 3 से लेके 2013 के quarter 2 तक. Like this. I can clear this. I can clear this. It's showing entire. I can even clear this. This is clear. यहाँ पर आ गया Zender. It's showing quarter, years. Years it's. I can refresh. It's coming. Clear? This is clear that how timeline is working. Same करता है, सिर्फ dates के column के साथ करता है.
Sir, can you repeat again? Sir, can you repeat?
Which one?
Sir, last one, sir.
Timeline. We can go with this insert. Sorry, analyze. This is insert timeline. I can select the date of joining. After selecting date of joining, it will show like this. What I can do, I can go with years, quarters, months. So let us go with this years. So year. Simply, it's something same as slicer, but there are varieties of options for selecting a proper date. ऐसे कर सकते हैं. Even I can go with this quarters from a certain quarter to certain quarter. ये पूरा data select कर सकते हैं. Even if I'm going to use a timeline, so there are different options, different formatting that I can use for timelines like this. And timeline, chaliye. Now using this technique, what we can do, we can create a dashboard, dynamic dashboard create कर सकते हैं with the same data. Let us say, एक file open करता हूँ मैं. Now this is the same type of data. इसको मैं एक काम करता हूँ. Let us close this one. Now we have a data and we have a calculation sheet. Calculation का मतलब जहाँ पर हमने सारा calculation रखा है to create a dashboard. These are the multiple pivot tables and we have named this. जो अभी तक हमने किया है. This is gender. This is basically department. This is zone and this is the month by month, which is the trend. What we have done, we have dragged date of joining और हमने grouping कर दिया month में, जैसे हमने किया था pivot table में classes. Now I wanted to create a dashboard out of that data. Dashboard. Anybody बता सकते हैं इसमें सबसे बेस्ट ग्राफ कौन सा बनेगा? Which is the best graph with this one? We can create a pie chart. So insert this one. Now let us go with this 3D pie. What I'll do, I'll just move this. So Control X dashboard में लेके चले आएंगे. Control V. Now in the dashboard sheet, we must remove the unwanted things. तो view में जाएंगे, grid lines को हटा देता हूँ. हेडिंग्स को हटा देता हूँ, तो समथिंग लाइक दिस. नाउ आई वांटेड टू रिमूव द अनवांटेड बटन्स. दीज आर नोन एज फिल्ड बटन्स. पिवट टेबल में दिखेगा बिकॉज दिस इज अ पिवट चार्ट. सो व्हाट वी कैन डू, राइट क्लिक. कभी कभी राइट क्लिक, जैसे मेरे में यहाँ पर राइट क्लिक पर दिक्कत आती है, नो इशू. आई विल गो विद दिस पिवट टेबल एनालाइज टैब. यहाँ पर फील्ड बटन्स आते हैं, हाइड ऑल. आई विल हाइड एवरीथिंग. नहीं तो ये राइट क्लिक से भी ऑप्शन आ जाता है वहाँ, हाइड ऑल फील्ड. तो यहाँ से मैंने किया, कहाँ से किया, यहाँ से. ये ऐसे होता है, मैं हाइड कर देता हूँ. नाउ आई कैन कस्टमाइज यूजिंग डिजाइन टैब. बाकी चार्ट्स के सारे फीचर्स को यूज कर सकते हैं. आई विल गो विद दिस वन, कंट्रोल 1 बॉटम. So this is my first chart. Let us control 1 border rounded corners. Right. Now we can go with this format, shape effect shadow, like this. So this is my first chart. Gender wise. Now let us go with this. यहाँ पर कर देते हैं insert this one. It would be better because ये time ये करता है. Right click, यहाँ नहीं हो रहा है, so I can go with this fill buttons, hide all. This is not required, इसकी भी जरूरत नहीं है, इसको hide कर देते हैं. Now let us control X और लेके चले आता हूँ. I can go with this dashboard sheet. Now let us customize this. इसको customize करते हैं कैसे? सबसे पहले राउंडेड कॉर्नर्स, फॉर्मेट, शेप, शैडो में जाऊंगा दिस. नाउ आई कैन गो विद दिस ग्रिड लाइंस, लाइक दिस. राइट क्लिक, फॉर्मेट डेटा सीरीज, गैप विड्थ कम कर देता हूँ. दिस इज, लेट अस मेक इट एज 20. We can go with this. कलर चेंज कर देता हूँ, this one. Now the height of this is 6.7. Let's make the height of this one 6.7. Now let us go with the third one. We can go with this insert. Fill buttons, hide all. Control X. Similar things we can do it here also. Grid lines, format data series, gap width 20%. This is 6.7. 6 point. Rounded corners, shape effects, shadow. We can change the color if I want. Let's say यहाँ पर कर देता हूँ. अब कलर आप कुछ भी चेंजेस कर सकते हैं. Let us go with this. This is department. Now let us go with the this one. Now which type of chart would be best? बताइए इसमें कौन सा चार्ट होगा बेस्ट?
Linear.
Line chart.
Yeah, line chart.
Let us delete this one. Fill buttons. Hide on. Control X. Control V. 6.7. Control 1. Smoother line. End arrow type. Now, अब क्या कर सकते हैं? Let's align this. इन सबको select करते हैं because these are not properly aligned. Save format, align, top. अब distribute करना, बीच में जो gapping है कम ज्यादा है, so it's showing distribute horizontally. अब देखिए the gap is proper. Everything is set now. Now what we have to do, the next step is to insert slicer and connect all these. So I'll just click on any of this. इसको छोटा कर लेता हूँ थोड़ा सा. This is 14, this is 14, this is 14, and this is also 14. ठीक है. Now I'll go with this analyze, insert slicer. अब क्या क्या चाहिए? We want gender wise, let's say department कर देता हूँ, zone कर देता हूँ. So 3 slicers. Now I don't want to automate this pivot or this chart with this one. अब देखिए ये क्या करेगा, ये हमेशा ऐसे ही दिखाएगा. मुझे क्या करना है? I just wanted to connect this with everything. यहाँ से connect करना. I wanted to connect with different जो आपके charts है, but इससे नहीं करना है. So I will just reconnect. यहाँ पर कर देता हूँ मैं ये. इसको मैं थोड़ा सा बढ़ा देता हूँ. Yeah, let us make it as 1. Let us increase the height. Right click, report connection. Now Zender को छोड़ के what I can do, I can go with this department, trend and zone. Similarly, I can go with this. Right click, report connection, Zender, trend, zone. I don't want it to connect this to this department because this is already showing department wise. Click OK. Right click, report connection, Zender, department and trend. Now I wanted to insert a we can say that timeline. So what I'll do, I'll just go with this one. Analyze, insert timeline. Now using this timeline, I wanted to link each and every data. So right click, report connection, each and every data is. Yes, done. 1, 2, 3, 4. What we can go with this one? Height एक का देख लेता हूँ. What is the height? This one, 4. So this everybody should be 4. This one. Alignment, let us go with this alignment. Align top and distribute horizontal. So we can distribute this. Done. Now let us see. Let us see the working of this. Mail. Mail में finance. Right. We can go for the central like this. Even we can check for July. We can check for years and the years 2012 to 14. From 12 to 14 for South zone. And for South, I wanted to show for male, for female, for everybody, for finance, for administration, for analytics, for customer service. So this is showing the dynamic dashboards for each one. Now what we can do, we can hide this. Calculation or data को hide कर सकते हैं. This is the sheet that we can share. ये कर सकते हैं. So this is how we can create dynamic dashboards. Clear है?
Yes, sir. Clear.
Yes, sir.
अब इसको जितना एक्सप्लोर करेंगे उतना ज्यादा. जितना ज्यादा आप एक्सप्लोर करोगे, that will be done. So first step is to, from data, the first step is to create a pivot. Second step is to name all those pivots. Third step is to create a chart for each of these pivots and customize those chart and place those chart in a separate sheet, which is the dashboard. Now the fourth one was to insert all the slices that we wanted to be used into this data. इस data से हमें use करना. So each of these charts should be updated with that slicers or something. उसके बाद वाला step क्या है? The next step is to just right click and link all those reports that you wanted to be updated when we click on this slicer, because there are multiple pivot tables, multiple charts. If I'm going to click on female, so it will show the data for female. It's not going to update this one because this is already showing male and female. So what I have done, I have just not checked this one. Gender wise, I have not checked. So it's not updating here. It will only update the 3. Similarly for department, if I'm going to select on finance, because this is already showing department wise. So I'm not linked this chart with this slicer. So whenever I'm going to clicking on finance, so it will update each and every chart except this. Similarly for zone, and whenever we are going to click on date of joining, so it's going to update each and everything, each and every chart. Now the combination will also work. If I'm going to say human resource, for human resources south, so it's working like this. For north, for east, for central, for west. Right. Let us click on this one. It will show the entire data. चलिए. So इस तरह के डैशबोर्ड्स आप अपने डेटा में क्रिएट कर सकते हैं. Very simple steps. कोई प्रोग्रामिंग नहीं है, nothing. Now whenever the data keeps on changing, कुछ नहीं करना है, सिर्फ रिफ्रेश करना है. डेटा रिफ्रेश ऑल. ऑटोमेटिकली दिस डैशबोर्ड विल आल्सो गेट रिफ्रेश. और अगर एनी कोई नया डिपार्टमेंट आता तो वो नया डिपार्टमेंट भी यहाँ लिस्ट में दिख जाएगा. इट विल वर्क. Now the next topic is very, very important, which is array formula.